researcher who most contributed to our understanding of what children know is Swiss psychologist Jean Piaget.
La période préscolaire est, psychologiquement parlant, une période tout à fait fondamentale.
Piaget didn't use fancy lab equipment, but rather simple demonstrations that yielded generalizations about the workings of a child's mind. Consider how a child understands that when the appearance of something changes, it doesn't necessarily mean that the object itself has changed. In one of Piaget's demonstrations, two of the same size glasses are filled with equal amounts of colored liquid. The contents of one of the glasses is poured into a tall container.
Now, would you say that there's the same amount of juice in the two cups? Or does one have more, or does the other have more?
This one has more.
This one has more?
Yeah.
Why do you say that one has more?
Because it's skinnier.
6-year-olds believe that the tall container now has more liquid than the glass. 7-year-olds are uncertain, and 8-year-olds know that despite appearances, nothing has really changed.
Because this glass is just taller, but so you just done is just to call it this stuff in here and pour it in there.
Fine.
And that just filled it up, but the only thing is still the same amount.
Good. That's very good thinking.
The amount of colored liquid remains the same, no matter what container it's in. Its volume is conserved. But for all the value of Piaget's work, he, like many others, underestimated the age at which children develop various skills, because he confused their physical ability with their ability to understand. Often, children's mental functioning develops before their ability to make a certain physical response. At the University of Illinois, a team of researchers is now using ingenious experiments to discover previously unsuspected abilities of newborns and young children.
3 months, 23 days.
Professor René Bellageon studies how babies develop the concept of object permanence.
By object permanence, we mean really a set of beliefs about objects. The first and most fundamental belief is that objects continue to exist when hidden. The first person to investigate the development of object permanence beliefs in infants was Jean Piaget, the famous Swiss psychologist. And he claimed that it's not until approximately 8 to 9 months of age that infants understand that objects continue to exist when hidden, and that it's not until approximately 12 months of age that babies begin to understand that objects not only exist but retain their physical and spatial properties when hidden. What we've done is to devise a series of tasks where the infant simply had to look at possible and impossible events.
In this experiment, a 6-month-old baby watches a cart rolling down tracks, going behind a screen and coming out the other side. The screen is lifted to show a block sitting behind the tracks. Next, the baby sees the block placed on top of the tracks. The screen comes down, the cart rolls exactly as before. But in the real world of permanent objects, the block should have stopped the cart. The baby stares longer at this apparently impossible event.
When infants are surprised or puzzled by an event, they tend to look at it longer. So our prediction is always that if infants perceive the events as we do, then they will look longer at the impossible or magical event than at the possible event. And what we found is that infants as young as 3.5 months of age, and perhaps younger, but certainly as young as 3.5 months of age, understand that objects continue to exist when hidden. One contribution of this research is to say that we must really take a very close look at infants' physical knowledge. It's much richer, much more sophisticated than used to be thought.